We are back with the second chapter of Choujin X by the brilliant Sui Ishida boys, after waiting a month for something to turn up, and now it's here. For those who've seen my first vid on the channel, I enjoyed the introduction to this series, and I'm planning to do a monthly or weekly review depending on how the chapters are going to come out for every chapter that comes out, so I am looking forward to do something like that. I also want to quickly say that even though Choujin X came out yesterday officially, I'm still new to editing as I'm self-taught, and I'm still new to scripting, recording, and editing. But I will never let that stop me from making content, so I will try to continue to do this as possible. But anyway, let's talk about chapter 2. We started off with Ayyy Otsuta, hopefully I said that name right, and a background story leading up to waking up in a different place. Now, she's the girl from the first chapter, from the plane scene, with the guy burning everything. At first, I honestly thought she was one of those characters we see die first, to understand the aspect and horror of Choujins, but she's managed to be still alive and saved after that, so clearly there's more to write about her. The first thing she did was ask for directions for the guy, but that guy was set ablaze by the same Choujin from the plane. He seemed to be interested in her for some reason, which could be the reason for her survival from the attack, but she ran away from him as fast as possible as she was thrown by his power. The guy was flying towards her, cornering her from escaping, but she managed to crash onto a boy riding his rollerboy Ayyy, that's right, a rollerboy Ayyy, and took it to escape. She thought she escaped him, but turns out he also had a rollerboy Ayyy. Wow, everyone's riding them these days. She kept moving, but tripped and fell near by a usable tractor, whereas the other guy tripped and fell onto a game with goat's heads to symbolize Sweet Ishida's goat. I was just joking. At that moment and before, we thought this Choujin was some kind of like pyro Choujin, with flames in it, which is close to his actual name, as he's been revealed as the Smoke Choujin. Now the girl is being followed by the gang now, and the guy. She kept pushing through this chase in order to get out. She thought she was safe, but she didn't see where she was driving, which led her to fall down. She thought she wasn't going to make it, but she managed to land and run safely, whereas the goats fell onto the ocean. As soon as things calmed down, she looked at her hand with an insane look where smoke was coming out. She was really concerned, so she had to test by stabbing her, and it just transitioned to the most berserk and insane panel I have ever seen. As smoke was bursting out, her eyes looked insane with power. This definitely gave me chills. This is the moment of where I remembered Sui Ishida as a talented artist for his surrealism. It definitely blew me away, and it blew away the gang, that's for sure. But after that blast, it made her weak, and she fell, and the Choujin showed up again, and he was there to present Ayyy the truth. It seems she was survived by that attack was because she was somehow infected by his ability, and he was impressed by it, and he wanted her, so he convinced her to join her. However, she refused with moral compassion and anger after everything he did to that sweet old lady and those other innocent people. She compared him to a turd, and he was raged with smoke and wanted to beat the shit out of her. And as soon as he managed to land an attack, someone appeared and got on his way. It was a guy named Hoshi who seemed acquainted with the Choujin and attempted to bring him down. Now, by looking at the panels, it seems he was the type of Choujin who was using magnetism, as the cars and bikes were flowing and were used to weapons. But the Choujin managed to escape by creating a giant smoke cloud around the area. "Chandra Hume!" he screamed and looked at the girl, making sure she was alright while taking off his mask. And when I saw his face, I instantly thought, what the fuck is that, Ishida? I mean, it took me by surprise as he created something so powerful and cursed at the same time. I just couldn't. And after looking at his uniform and helicopter, it seems there was some organization for Choujin, just like the CCG in Tokyo Ghoul. They were the type of people who hunt them down and attack them. And to finish off this chapter, we get a look back at Tokyo after the fight, and it seems he's been physically affected by the Choujin, as he had like a vulture face, and it looked like he was in pain. Leaving the final panel of the two characters thinking, does this mean I've turned into a Choujin? This chapter has been a wild ride, as we have seen a combination of both horror and comedy together through his artwork. We met new characters, and some we never thought we'd see them again. And the most important bit is, we keep unfolding the mystery around Choujins. I can't wait for chapter 3, as I want to see more of a connection between these two characters, as we'll see them later on. And that's the end of the video. Thank you all for watching today, and I'll be continuing doing these type of videos for chapter 3 and so on. So if you want to see that, leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe for future videos. And if there's a series or manga or game you want me to cover, please say so in the comments, and I'll be happy to do them. Thank you, and sayonara.